everybody, I'm filming this in the hotel room at, I was about to say Grand Prix, Regional Championship Charlotte. I'm just keeping up on my work. So I'm doing this on like a laptop, so I apologize, the sound quality is medium. But we're going to talk about black-white bounce in Standard and how to sideboard against the top 10 most popular decks in Standard. Enjoy.
So this is the black-white bounce deck. If you wanted to check out the deck overall, you should totally check it out on the channel. I did deck tech earlier. Today, we're just going to focus primarily on the sideboard. Now, as far as the sideboard goes, Rest in Peace is our Graveyard hate, Lord of the Third Path, Artifact and Enchantment hate. Enduring Innocence is great against decks that we need to make sure we draw a lot of cards and we can go really long with. Beza is mostly for aggro, but is really good at catching up in any capacity. Cut down for the aggro decks. And then Tiny Bones fulfills a similar role as Enduring Innocence. It allows us to kind of keep up and do some card advantage-y things with decks that are going to go pretty long. Now, as far as sideboarding goes, the most popular deck in Standard is Esper Self Bounce. Now, we're also going to be sideboarding the same against Dimir Self Bounce, which is the 7th most popular deck. Now, against this deck, I'm going to bring in Tiny Bones, and we're going to take out Lauren. I don't really care about the Artifact and Enchantment hate. And that being said, Liliana is kind of medium as well. Oops, put that in the wrong pile. Liliana is kind of medium as well, so we're going to bring in the Enduring Innocence. So this allows us to keep up with, frankly, their better bounce plan, and takes out some of the cards that are pretty medium as well. So this time I'm going to sideboard against Esper and Dimir Bounce. Also kind of cool with Tiny Bones that you can like take their this tiny big enough and like do crazy stuff with our deck. The second most popular deck is Gruul Aggro. We're also going to be sideboarding the same against Gruul Prowess and Mono Red Prowess. Going to be bringing in these cut downs and the Bezas. We'll be bringing out the Laurens, it's just too expensive. Similar thing with Unholy Annex. And we would kind of like to bring out the Lilianas as well. So, I mean, Enduring Innocence is lifelink, so it's probably a little bit better than Liliana. And so we'll just keep one in. So this is how I'm going to sideboard against the red decks. The third most popular deck is Domain. We're going to sideboard the same against 4-color Zur. We're bringing in the Laurens, bringing in the Tiny Bones, and bringing in Enduring Innocence. Temporary Lockdown is hitting the bin, as well as Nowhere to Run and Grimbauble. We have one card too many, so Beza is just like totally fine. So this is how I'm going to sideboard against Domain and the 4-color Zur deck. The fourth most popular deck is Dimir Midrange. We're actually going to sideboard the same against Golgari Midrange as well. And it's mostly these card advantage-y cards that we care about. So Enduring Innocence, Tiny Bones. These are the cards that are really, really good. We're going to be taking out the Temporary Lockdowns. Those are the only things that are like actively bad. And then Tiny Bones joins up is totally fine to take out. So it's how I'm a sideboard against those mid-range decks. So the fifth most popular deck is Golgari Midrange, we've already talked about. The sixth most popular deck is Gruul Prowess, we've already talked about. The seventh most popular deck, Dimir Self Bounce, we've already talked about. The eighth most popular deck, 4-color Zur, we've already talked about. The ninth most popular deck is Mono Red Prowess, we've already talked about. Which brings us to the 10th most popular deck, which is Jeskai Oculus. We'll be bringing in the Rest in Pieces, and we'll be taking out the Grimbaubles, and we also need to take out the Temporary Lockdown, so we need to find a little bit, whoops. I got rid of Temporary Lockdown, whoops. Which means we need to find a few more cards to put in. Beza is always totally fine, and I'm a fan of Enduring Innocence just to keep up a little bit, so this is how I'm going to sideboard against the Jeskai Oculus deck.
If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social media, links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.